Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to Mercy TV Gospel Hour. Me now na host here Anissa Cole. Today I get with me Minister Gilel Kebi Shows, in another founder and president of Slam. So idea today for can tell una all about Slam, and also it will can tell una all which it don't go through to able for establish Slam. Minister Gillen, good afternoon and welcome to Mercy TV.
Good afternoon and thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Minister, viewers then go on for no who na Minister Gillen.
Gillen?
Yes.
Gillen is just an ordinary lady.
Okay.
Like very ordinary, very simple.
Okay.
You know, a child of God, right? Most importantly, not the being of everything really happened to me. And a creative, I would say, a helper, a humanitarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also know say you are an entertainer, well-rounded entertainer, and also you are an actress and also a musician. But firstly, I want to follow we talk about your acting career.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so acting,
Yes.
I started acting at a young age, right? I started when I was in Sierra Leone, younger,
Okay.
about 11, 12 years old. And theatre, I started with theatre, Kalondo Theatre, Spence Productions.
Okay.
And then when I go to US, we started the Sarah Theatre Production Company. That was started with David Vandy,
Okay.
like one of our great legends,
Yes.
you know, and we've worked very closely together. But in the United States, we do the Sarah Theatre Production. I mean, the only and first Sierra Leone theatre in America, and we did traditional plays like Cry of the Country Virgin, we do that day. You know, plays that we show with culture, and these were showcased at the Smithsonian Museum, the Kennedy Center. Before, you know, we don't phase out a little because the movie people they don't come in, you know,
Okay.
and movies are faster to get done than plays where you get for practice and takes a lot of time. You know, say back then countries and everybody's busy,
Busy, yeah.
right? So yes, I have transitioned into movies.
Okay.
Not in any lead role at this time, because to be a lead actress they gotta know you, or you gotta put your own money up, you know. But I've played supporting roles and extras in multiple movies hosted by Sierra Leoneans. I don't also go Nigeria and act into a movie Zolani, which has not been aired yet because it's big and it still has a lot of post-production going on. But yes, as relates to Salon, I think I've been in The Good Wife, which was by Prime International Productions. Double Wahala, with a Nigerian movie as well. That's actually on YouTube, and a few others just here and there. Yes.
Well, you don't really do well inside the movie industry and also inside salon culture, especially when you come to theater, because here na theater will be know about
Right.
You go na this how they can call yanda na tongue yanda
British Council.
not British City Hall,
Yes.
then to Roxy Building yanda. Yes, so they go there and go watch
Right.
concert day.
Right.
So you yourself don't play a very big role inside the theater business na salon, especially when you call David Vandy.
Yes.
And I now name na Salonia for theater.
Yeah, I don't act with David. I've acted with
Yes.
Mr. Desmond Finley.
Okay.
I've acted with late Seal. So many people who are late, Cole, all of them, you know, Kalondo, all of them, I've acted with them, most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to go inside the music career because you're not a minister.
Right.
People want to know if now the world is a minister, like how we get pastors then, or on the music side.
Okay.
So I want you explain to viewers then.
So I sing. Yeah, I sing, and I sing for God. Well, I say yes, I sing, I worship, I praise, and it's for God because for no other reason. He's been there, right? So like when it came time to start singing, he was the only person I felt like I really need to sing this praise to, and he don't get him. You know what I mean? Like from childhood, through wars, through all the sicknesses and everything. At the end of the day, when they say praise, who else you going to praise? You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, when it came to sing, first off, I started singing in a church. I go one prayer meeting, I tire for pray, and I said, well, I want to give a contribution. And from that day, my life changed.
Okay.
You know, like they're like, oh, this angel sing. I'm like, I'm not an angel. You know, like, so basically, I didn't understand my voice. I didn't understand what was at that time anointing. I didn't understand it. I knew I had something. I didn't know what I had. You get?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I just grew into it, and God guide me the right way. But there's no formula or no book where they talk saying I saw you for be a Christian or I saw you for sing. I walked into it, and by His own grace He guided me the way He want for Lago.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
To God be the glory for that. Minister Gile, I want for you talk about you're not a consultant for Front Page Film Studio. Then you also now event coordinator, host for talk shows them, and also gospel groups, and una shows them. Then they air out now the United States National Television Network. So I want for you tell them about that.
Okay, so so where God give gifts, right? You know, so He says go out into the world. Yeah. Let your light shine. You understand? So if as Christians we get this gift and you keep it to just the church, then only the church will enjoy it. But I decide for make my gifts go out and help others. And a lot of times when we as Christians, when you mix with somebody, you don't need to announce that I'm a Christian. They have to see it in you, in your behavior, in the way you treat others, the way you treat yourself. So like having this gift of being able to talk. I remember the time where I not begin preach or do anything yet. One of my pastor brother, they say, hey Gile, like you are so powerful when you speak. Can you imagine what that would be if it was for the kingdom? Like, can you just imagine? Right? And God had, you know, made it possible that it is for the kingdom. So being able to host other people's shows, being MC, like for Front Page Studios is a studio production company in the United States owned by a Sierra Leonean, and he needs help. And we are foreigners in another man's land. So I be the volunteer at that time for the, you know, do interviews when they have events. And it helps a lot because this now we helping we own people and you got the gift of talking and you got the gift of talking well. Why not use it in a good way? You understand, for impact somebody's life or for promote something good. So that's where the talk show host and all those things come in. And Front Page Studios covers almost every Sierra Leone event in the United States. You know, we've grown. I've worked with gospel drums. Right, and that's a great gospel platform. It's owned by Cameroonian, and they self get their own TV station, they get a network. But these are all avenues and outlets for people, you know, for making them be blessed. And of course, nobody knows when us have get for call you, right? So if me know, why not bring my people on board where I am and be able to spread the news better? You understand?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now I wonder we go into the slam because you wear the t-shirts. Studio. Yes. And recently you don't start for record your own show.
Right.
Yes, win a Slam Award. And I also get the magazine first edition of Slam magazine by with beautiful minister Gile. Viewers them when they see the magazine.
Right.
So now I want for you talk about the Slam Award and also this beautiful magazine. Okay.
So the Slam Awards started in 2012 was our first edition, our first event. But prior to that event in 2011, I began talk to people in the industry. Now it was hard because, well, actually, I can't say it was hard because I'm a gospel minister. I believe that being a gospel minister made it easier for me, right? So like it made it easier in that it eliminated the conflict between promoters and artists. But then Slam not to be just about music, right? Slam is the Sierra Leone Association of Artists and Musicians. Art as in the fine art, all kinds of art, artistic talent. Okay, so like we started it. I approached like 5 guys who are not gospel people, by the way. And when I launched my first album, it was so difficult. I didn't know my fellow musicians or promoters or DJs who should do what. I didn't have a clue. So with all the research I found out, I reached out to somebody. I'm like, did you get the same problems I had? I'm like, yeah. I said, don't you think we should come together, and share our knowledge? That way, all that people that really come into music or this whole artistic arena, they're not going to be in darkness, you understand? So we did, and that was myself, JR, who's a very popular reggae artist, now Minister Edward, who back then was called Bizu the Mayor, he's now a minister, and then Papa T, he's also a hip-hop artist, Mansu, who used to sing Idesai, yes, he was one of them. So like 5 of us, including the backbone of me, my husband, like we all came together to make this happen. And for every time I felt down, my husband would pick me up like, no, you gotta go, because you don't talk city, do this, you gotta do this, like you can't just give up. And it was hard, and we did it the first time. When we did it the first time, it was more to tell the story about our culture to the world. The goal of slam. We tell the world about Sierra Leone. We tell the world about our culture and our artistic talent that we have globally, right? 3, to bridge the gap between the diaspora and those in Sierra Leone, right? 4, to bridge the gap of knowledge of who is doing what. So you have 2 different kinds of gaps where you try for bridge. You try for bridge the gap of knowledge of, oh, so you they sing, oh, so you they act, oh, so you're doing as good as I'm doing, Musade. Oh, I'm not all that, you're also all that. That's the gap we're trying to bridge. Then the other gap we're trying to bridge is the gap where we get to know each other. Because when we get to know each other, there's so much collaboration. So now, me go do a show, I go invite people from because now I know about you. Before I didn't know about you. Because we bridged the gap.
Yes.
Bingo! There comes slam. So we've been doing that. The first year it was just to talk about our honorees. People like Collins Pratt, Papa Ray, D'Souza George, Charlie Hafner, Jimmy B. These are names we've heard about. Yeah. These are the people that built our entertainment industry, right? They have all been honored. We honor them all in Islam, right? We have a database of who's been doing what since childhood, and we're scratching them off. We're honoring them before they die, basically. We're honoring people who the country never recognized, basically, right? We're bringing recognition to what was never recognized. We're making heads of states and diplomats and educated people within our country understand that the arts is something to be honored and recognized. And believe you me, we have made strides. You understand? Yes. Like, we may not be where we want to be, because where we want to be is beyond our imagination. But we have made so much strides. We have gained global recognition. Wow. So this year, we have a proclamation from the County Executive of District 6. She gave a proclamation for the Slam Awards for what we've done over the past years. And on our 5th award in 2019, we got another proclamation from a state county executive in the United States. Wow. So diplomatically within the United States, we did get recognition, right? The state's attorney was slated to be in attendance. We had the former mayor of District Heights in attendance. In fact, he gave Dennis Nelson Streeter his Lifetime Achievement Award this year. He presented the award to him. We have it on camera.
Wow, congrats, sir.
We have it on camera, yes. We're so proud of what our Australians are doing. Yes. So we're proud that we achieved this goal. Most importantly, the global recognition. Right now, the global platform is ready for Salone people. Like, we want to show good things out of our country. We want for this Salone compete with other countries there. East America. Exactly. Salone, Nuna, do your best. They and that force. You understand? It's hard work, but we're doing it. We're breaking ground. We just need the support. We just need positive feedback. We need good work. We need the sponsors. We need recognition too. We'll not get it on America. You know what I mean? So like it was good. We launched our first edition, and let me see this magazine. Let me show you a few things about this magazine. There are 2 sections to Slam. There is the Lifetime Achievement Award section. Then we don't then categories: comedy, theater, music, etc. And then there's the President's Choice section, which get for be related to entertainment. You just have to be somebody out there who has a heart to help, a heart to serve, and who maybe is doing something, even if you're not helping or serving, but you are doing something that needs to be commended. These people on this cover right here? This cover right here, Sierra Leone people, is currently being framed at the United States Veterans Affairs because he's a retired military person. I don't want to give the wrong title to him. He deserves better, right? He's retired, 29 years of service to the United States. This front page has been hung up at the United States Veterans Affairs because we honor them. She's a lieutenant colonel, born here, they're all born here. They both understand their cultures. They all don't give back to Sierra Leone. From academician, he served as an alumni president. She's with Kurosa, Queen of the Holy Rosary. She served. She's come here in Botown, giving donations, and she serves in the military, which is so hard for a woman. You know what I mean? Lieutenant colonel, even 6 months, then just get a promotion to colonel. You know, take the position itself. We don't get our word force. Yes, how about that?
Wow.
Right? Slam, we did it, yeah. But listen, I'm so excited because we're able for honor we own, and we're able for do it professionally on a global level, and you could be in it. Just keep doing good. You understand? It's not a bad thing for the good, right? And the state's attorney, I'm the president and founder of SLAM, right? And though my name is not Slam, Gile founded Slam. And for me, it's a baby project. Now, so I for push to the world. And when I say to the world, I mean to the world. Like, not just to Sierra Leone. Guys, we dey shoot for BET. We dey shoot for Oscars. So now watch. You understand? But guess what? Won't reach there. Now we people like go did it.
Yes.
You know, by faith, not trust God. It gets the reason why it puts me in front, and I love it. I thank you for supporting me, whether you like it or not. But I don't let you down. All right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I gotta say. I'm so happy about this because this year we broke ground. It was a successful event. We had a lot of diplomatic recognition. We had a lot of global recognition, which is what our people need. And if we can't help each other, the global world go help Slam. Now watch.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I gotta say.
Okay. Well, now you don't talk. You don't tell me about the military man, the school where he go, and also the lady also a military officer. So yourself, viewers and one for no school yourself go.
The only school. Right. So the St. Joseph's Secondary School, Convent, Freetown.
So you're not Estel Fidelis?
I am an Estel Fidelis, being faithful. And then from there I go do 2 years now, Albert Academy. Right, Esekwami Dairy. And then from there I go to Afrabe College, rather to Mount Orel. Right, yes.
Wow.
So I'm very proud Sierra Leonean.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Viewers, them I know so I really they enjoy the program. They get more information from Minister Gile as he is the founder and executive director of SLAM. They don't tell now what in SLAM mean, and I know say una self they see say in Sierra Leone they try for push Salon at the map, and with God in blessing everything will work out according to in desire and the will of God. Well, now, Sister Gile, I want for let we talk about the Save the Nation as you are the founder, executive director of Save the Nation, and you are humanitarian because you just mentioned. So I want to talk about this particular project we are the head for.
So Save the Nation, I'm the co-founder. The other founder is my husband, and we start our way. A boat sank in the Shenge region. This was like some 15-20 years ago, and a lot of Pekinam lost parents, right? So back then I was the chairman of the board of directors of an elementary school in America. And the school was closing down, so we just cleared the school and shipped the things to Sierra Leone in the hope that them Pekin will get for cross water for go school again. That's then go enrich and develop their own area, which at that time na Shinge Mofos area. So that was how Save the Nation started, with the need for help. Yeah, but out of disasters, especially any kind of disaster. Now, what comes out of disaster? Healthcare issues, educational issues, orphans, widows, every kind of issue they come up and disaster. And you have to Save the Nation. We don't limit ourselves for help, not just Salon. We allow for help any side. We help in America, we feed poor people in America. Even in America, we feed the poor, Now, yeah, over the years, we don't do a lot of projects. We don't provide like soccer gears for the Shenge people and like the schools for development, just to encourage them. We provided books, we provided all those. Moving along, then came Ebola. We able to raise medical supplies and ship. We distribute in our 7 hospitals when our remote areas other than just the one the way people they know. And then that was Ebola time, right? Then as an organization, we're not just they do on we own, we partner with other one then. So if you do something, at that time you have the funds and maybe you need just a little bit of support. We come in as well for engage. The more the merrier, you will bring more crowd awareness to certain things then. So we don't help with Ebola, other organizations raise funds. And then came Corona now, we go do a survey. We found a remote village, Mosolelo. We send with team na Salon for go do a survey, and they did a count of all the houses in the village. And on that day, we were able to distribute to each household bag rice, bag yabas, this and that. For one of the shutdowns when people are really starving, we also use that as an opportunity to shed the spotlight on that village. And we partnered with the Mosolelo descendants in USA. And we raised enough money to do this. Also, the descendants have now started to build a hospital there from what we did. So apart from that, we don't educate 15 in Freetown and about 5 in Bo for do this skill sets training, which is makeup artistry, gara dyeing, makeup, gara dyeing, and cakes and decorations. So we empowered like 20 girls in all. One of them actually opened her own gara dyeing business. A couple of them have given back testimonies of makeup and artists and how their lives have changed, right? And then in the USA, we feed. We do more of feeding, but we're about to transition into more help in the USA from the Save the Nation point of view, because come last year, October, we had a increase in suicides. Yes, we had 4 kids that killed themselves in October. 1 was in the United States, 3 in your one was here, Syria, 3 in the United States. And I was made the Secretary General of an organization called Salon as One. So I was very vocal about creating awareness for mental health. Now that is another project that we have become very passionate about. Say hello, I am coming. Let's talk about mental health and what it means for the community as a whole, right? Yes. So Save the Nation is taking that on and it's something slam every year. For the past 2 years, we've had mental health. Last year was mental health and mental health illness prevention. This year it was against suicide prevention. So we're moving along on this one. We're not going to let it down because it's affecting our communities. Mental health is more than just seeing people in madness streets. It passed with the secret man no more. Not just that, but one of the places we researched, and I'm going to say it here because we need help, guys. One of the places we researched was City of Rest. They lacked counselors. So when we started mental health as an awareness movement, I did come in December and I did one church because we were able to talk to adults. Mental health, when it comes to kids, it stems from the parents mostly in African countries, right? It's a cultural thing because different societies address it differently. Yes. I don't work with the Americans, and the men don't want to talk about it, and they suffer a lot, maybe even more than the woman them, right? Yes. Salon will not know too now they go through until you start talking. Yeah, but one for able to identify the mental health doctors, etc. And I noticed even the government has started doing something with mental health recently. A sister of mine has, multiple people are opening, but the good thing is we're building this database so we know who's doing what. Because when you get problem, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. And if you know outside forget the solution, you're one step ahead. Yes. Whether na God or whether na mortal man, we're building the database. You understand? Yeah. So now they're out there, like, contact Mercytvradio if you want to get in touch with me. Yeah, so that we can talk, we can have this mental health conversation, we can know about more resources out there. City of Rest. Now the late Pastor Gobert, now in Bilam, we had a memorial this weekend, and I found out that it was burnt down 3 months ago. by one of the residents. So right now, the next target is to rebuild the city of rest. There were 70 occupants. What do you think has happened to them? We need to get this thing up. We need to get it up fast, guys.
Okay.
Right? So the city of rest, I will left in contact with you. Hannah she's the director.
Okay.
She is here. They are here. 4th Street. There is the headquarters.
Okay.
Reach out to them, and if you want to donate towards building up the city of rest again, Save the Nation, we're gonna help them. I don't know about you. Gile is going to help them. I don't know about you. But listen, it is something we gotta do. Like, these people have gone there for help, and unfortunately, I was one of the inmates who they were helping that burnt it down. But that's okay. God gets a reason why.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we want it bigger and better. Who knows?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are some of the causes we go for. We don't just go for causes in the US, but in the US again, this time around, Save the Nation, we're focusing on mental health as well, and being able to show the similarity in cultures, signs, symptoms, and the problems that we go through culturally. They're the same.
Okay, plenty.
Right.
Thank you to
Yes.
Minister Gile. We'll go for a short break. When we come, we'll go continue the program.
All right.
Every day, the world wakes up to you. Millions of people are getting ready for you. For shopping, travel expenses, utility bills, trade, and commerce. If we all have wishes, then what is your financial transaction wish?
I'd like to have a choice.
I'd like convenience.
I'd like to pay for goods and services on the go.
I'd like to pay utility bills on the go. Out of credit and data, buy some mobile top up, still on my phone. Oops, lights out. I'll buy some ETSA, still on my phone.
I'd like to make payment from my account to another account through my mobile phone.
As a CEO of a company, I would like my staff to receive their salaries through bulk e-payment without the risk of transporting cash.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo does it all.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo. Think of it as
Money when you're close to home and when you're away from home for unexpected expenses, and money for those times when cash fails.
If you can dream it, you can become it. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo is all you need.
You sure, Elaine?
Viewers, welcome again to Mercy TV, the Gospel Hour. As soon as I hear from Minister Gile, the founder and executive director of Sierra Leone Association of Artists and Musicians, ma'am, and you don't explain all the things Slam Day about, and also don't tell them about in good work what they do for Push Salon, now the map, now the United States of America. Well, now they can go into his second album as a gospel musician, and they also be done present to Ram the U.S. President Joe Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. What a great achievement. So now Sister Gile will can explain about that achievement. Sister Gile.
Hi, I'm back. So listen, my second album, right? I don't, I can help different communities, different people learn. And sometimes people just need help, especially when within a foreign man land. Like, even one of the things with Slam Start, simple thing like Facebook back then was not something people know how to use. So over the years, I've been working with so many people and helping a lot. And when they say the President U.S. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award, but people they ask, hey, so what do you do? What do you give for they get standing? I just did good, guys. And I'm not gonna die for
God forbid.
If it's something fancy I would die for, I'm not dying for it. I just did good, because a lot of times when you see other people straining, some people will stand and gloat. Not to the best in that. Because when you help, God will send you own helpers in your time of need. You don't really need for be that person where you help, we go help you. So like I had worked with this team when Mama Dumbuya go America, we didn't get this global Lifetime Achievement Award. Then we need help. I went in, and then another time, they need help. Plus, I don't work with so many people, and they started doing their research. So I think right before that particular my own album launch, they needed Sinach, the gospel
Nigerian,
and they couldn't afford her, and then we needed other people. and they don't reach out to me. They wanted to give me the award at that time, but I didn't see it. I didn't see the message because my email box was full. And the night before, they called me again, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I can't, like I didn't see the message, but I can come there and help you guys out. And to their greatest astonishment, I not ask for transport, I not ask for hotel lodging. I just go, I sing, and then they got calls. Everybody was disappointing them. All the guest artists that they are. So they asked me for sing 3-4 times, and it was a fully entertained night.
You've been prepared.
People have been prepared. Okay. So I mean, like, rock the show, and it was like, for me, it was like gospel heaven. Like seriously, you're talking about a banquet hall that takes like 6 to 1,000 people, with a stadium full of bishops and ministers and pastors from all over the world. Doesn't that sound like heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I was prepared. That's my idea. But yeah, so I rocked the show. I praise my God. They had fun. I had fun. I loved it. I love doing what I do.
Okay.
And God did the rest. You understand?
Yeah. So
after that, I just went back. I didn't call or so whatever. No, I was satisfied.
Okay.
And that was like in December or November. And February I had to launch my album, and they saw the flyer and they kept calling my phone. And I finally picked up, and they said, do we have permission to present this award to you? Like, you're due to have this award in September, but do we have permission to present it to you at your album launch? I'm like, sure. And they come, and guys, it was good. It was awesome. I stood on that stage. And it was like, when I stood on the stage, I finally realized that, like, this is really happening.
It was like
oh my gosh, and it was mind blowing.
Okay.
And to be very honest, I've been saying this since that day. From that day, I feel like everything I was chasing started chasing me.
Wow.
Like the blessings, the favor, the things I want, the things I've been asking human beings for. Started chasing me. I was blessed. It was a blessing. I won't lie. Not a blessing.
So you want to say that event just an opening?
It was a life-changing moment. My life has never ever been the same. I don't do Tine. I don't go BBC. I don't go Boku platform.
Yes.
But from that day, my platforms are different. Yes. I must say, yes.
And you get for sets you own TV network with multiple shows them.
Right.
Yes, you dey on that plan they for set you TV network, and also you don't be recently be appointed as Secretary of Salon as one. But I want to talk first on this TV network.
Right.
Then we go to the appointment where you get.
Right. So for America, right? With salon presence professionally, not really did it, and we watch all the station here, so and follow get even like movies, then follow them get onto Netflix. Everything is just so hard when you didn't have the diaspora, and I salon. Now give you credit too, because you're not foreigner, not to your land. You don't know people, so I feel like the blessing we God give me for able for know how or do the research or be connected enough to take my culture to that level. Mama, would they do would they use we need a family. You understand? And if we can do it, we're going to do it professional, we're going to do it right. So the network is a long-term plan, but it's something where by God in grace, every production, and we're working on the Slam Talk show, which will come out. It will be the first to come out of many other shows, right? We definitely not forget Salon. With the air and once we're able to come to a great agreement with the TV networks here, right? But like it really had. So being able to have that connection with the TV networks, and this is like a long-term plan where we don't foresee about some 15 years ago. I don't take the training with the public county access TV network in America. So having that ability to submit our own programs to their TV slots, plus for we able for do we own slots, I feel like it's an advantage for us because it's a global platform. We're not so silent people and nobody watch. And I'm telling you, Americans they like culture. They like stuff that's foreign. Like we will like for imitating. No, they like for we show we culture. So being able to have that platform is great. And yeah.
So I want to talk about the appointment. Yes.
The Salon as one.
Yes, Salon as one.
So Salon as one. I've actually served a year. I'm done.
Okay.
I've given them like a good part of me.
Okay.
And well, not necessarily that is because there's a lot of conflict in who I am and who I help versus when I'm working with them. So being able to draw that line between this is a Gilead and this is a Save the Nation thing versus this is a Slough thing, and having that understanding that I am your secretary because I want to serve you in a greater capacity, the community, because more of a federation. It consists of 43 to 50 Sierra Leone organizations in the United States, right? And it was fun, it was joy, it was a pleasure for me to serve and coordinate that process. We did 2 very successful mental health seminars. Madam Coordinator Exceptional. I enjoyed myself excessively. Networking with my people, networking with mental health specialists, understanding and discovering all the talent we get, all the skill sets we get with mental health specialists in America. For me, it's mind-blowing, it's amazing. That's what makes Slam. When I discover people, it's just amazing how much talent Salon people can get, and how if you're like me and you're in a position to make it known to the world, girl, I am gonna make it known to the world, and by God in power, get paid while doing it.
She's just thing, go get paid.
Yeah.
And say when you work for God, for mortal man, loss is not the day.
No, loss is not the day. Yes, the blessings are coming.
Exactly, and it go come. And I know some of you as them when I really don't enjoy the program and una don't get that information about Slam and also the good work where we Sierra Leonean sister they do in the United States, Sister Gilel Kebi Scholz. That name they I don't practice for color sudden today. I don't practice for color sudden today. And all waiting if they do for push Salon go before it not go in vain. Inside Jesus' name. As we almost come to the end of the program, Sister Gilel, I want to follow you talk about your spiritual life as you don't be ordained, because that minister there now ordain you for that position.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I want to talk about your ministerial position.
In all things we give thanks, right?
Yeah.
And all this we don't talk between me and you, and I got you. That's what what's about. You understand? Because there are places where I don't want for go, people I don't want chase, and they ask for favor, this and that. It not happen. But I believe one thing: when God give you, when you don't get, when you have nothing and you receive something, you know it's from God.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I feel like being ordained as a minister was just a confirmation, and that happened this February 2022. 23, February 2023, right? Yes, 22 was the lifetime achievement award. It's been one accomplishment after another, and it has been blessed ones, right? But what I want to say is I am a member of New Life Ministries International, right? I know you have a lot of New Life Ministries children, right? We don't did it from within small, but myself not picking. We now God say I for being picking because I'm an orphan. I lost my actual mom and dad. But if you know my real parents and you meet His Grace Bishop Archibald J. Cole, he's as disciplined or even more than my father, who was a lawyer, right? If you know my real mom and you meet Reverend Mrs. Irene Cole, she's like her twin sister. Not just physically in face structure, but when she speaks, when she commands the word of God, the women's ministry, the praying warriors. You're talking about my mom. and they look so alike. So yes, I'm a child of New Life Ministry. I just gotta say this, you understand, right? I have to make the understanding there. So like my dad, the bishop, came to the United States to ordain me as a minister, full-fledged, plus my husband was ordained as an elder at the same time. And it's a calling, and I believe it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that God himself has watched, that has come to this point. But I thank God for that. And we are the founding members of the ministry in the United States, Maryland. My husband's the administrator, is now the first elder, and I'm one of the ministers. And you hear more when it comes to preaching. Fire, we preach fire. Yes, you know. But I'm so proud of my ministry. I'm proud of the walk with Christ, because all of this you see right here, I could have given up a million times. You understand? Not just with this, with every dream and every ambition, but God has been in it. When God is in it, there is no limit.
Yes.
You understand? And so, so yes, I bring Him with me wherever I go. You know, and I believe that we're different. We're all different. You have ministers who want to stay in the church. You have ministers like me who want to go out, spread our wings, but let Christ be seen in me, in the way I treat you and the way you treat me. You understand? It's not just about what comes out of your mouth, but let us do as I say, but not as I do. Let us do as we say. You understand? Let's walk the walk and talk the talk. Right? Let's love one another and show it in our ways. And one thing we salon people and give friend, oh, this you don't get this, get that, and then I'm waiting God on me. You understand?
Yes.
If I have a gift, you cannot take it. God gave it to me. If you put 1 million of us here to sing, everyone is gonna come out with a different sound, and everyone will have a different action with their sound. I could heal you, and that person could bless you. You understand? I could take you to that level. But you know, I've done my second album. It's a blessing. We all have our gifts. We all have our purpose. But understanding our purpose, I know my purpose. No, find out your purpose, right? And like, you know, they in Christ, find your purpose. God said we're all kind of for a reason. When we understand our purpose, then it becomes a life worth living, so fulfilling. You understand? You could be. I work with secular people, right? And let me tell you the strangest thing that's happening right now. Listen, no part of me not a Christian, right? But then, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I'm being added onto every secular, or a lot of secular artists' concerts, because of my skill sets in planning and coordinating and marketing and talking and boldness. You understand? And I'm like, okay, God, let's go do this, right? So there again comes in, let your light shine forth. When you go there, be that light. Now listen, if God take in you, He puts a middle people away. I'm not saying they're not God's own. We get secular. First of all, I don't even like the segregation business. We're all children of God, as far as I'm concerned. You be Muslim, you don't be Muslim. We're children of God. We're here to help each other in this world. You understand, eh? And if I get something when God-given, learned, I got it in a dream, if I'm going to share it with you, I don't care what anybody share with you. Understand? And I'm not going to just do it. If I'm going to, I can serve you, and I will serve you like it is mine. If you say do this, I'm going to do it like it's mine. I'm going to do it to the point where people are going to ask you, sure, so now you get this thing to speaking this thing. Because that's what our people don't know how to do. Sometimes you love people by showing them how to love. You understand? And you can't go wrong. You love people by showing them how to love. You give by showing them how to give. You care by showing them how to care. So whether it's in the church, or in the street, or in this studio, serving, or just helping somebody clean their house, you do it by showing them how to love. You understand? And that's all it is. That is what Christianity is. That is what Christ is about. That is what religion is about. It's about the heart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I wonder we talk the final. And while we talk about you awards and recognition, you recent awards then, or award, and you previous awards then.
Okay. You know what I said? Do you have a clue?
I know, because I see. So they also for start.
The award started a long time ago, and when I launched my first album in 2011. They started coming gradually. But then, between 2022 to now, and especially 2023, the past 2 months, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know. I know, because I know God has a plan. It will not just happen for nothing. Because I do awards. I give people awards. You have different kinds of people. You get people that will call you, ask you for award. Yeah, they you don't know how they do this. You understand? And you have people who I do research day and night. I meet people, I hear about people, I'm amazed. If right now, if we're talking and like somebody comes up, I'm going to email myself slam 2024, bam, bam, bam. Because it caught my eye, you understand? And then when it's time for us to review their awards, then we review. See what's in this person, what about this person, you know, and we reach out and whatever, right? And we're not perfect. Sometimes we don't get everybody we want. But then, me not to that person, they ask you for an award. Those are possible. They go, like I say award. First of all, you go see some award then, you know what? But then I got the Joyce, but I'll start from the Joyce Biden one. Before then, it was a lot to do with the ministry and singing and gospel awards and winning best gospel and upcoming and all these things, right? And I think that's like the normal train for everybody. When you start, you're an upcoming, then you become full. Then at some point, I feel like I don't even want to have to vote for anything, to my name to be nominated for vote for anything. I prefer not to have an award. I prefer to sit back and watch others be voted for or support somebody else. But then I got the Joyce Biden Lifetime Achievement Award, and all these diplomatic events started coming up. You know, I started traveling more. I started singing with more communities more. And then the White House Prayer for Our Nation.
2023.
You're right. I worked with them in 2022. And then 2023, they appointed me as a Global Peace Ambassador. Right? And that was, I think, this February. And there's so many awards, like it's hard to keep count.
The best African promoter.
Oh, best African promoter award. And the strange part about that was it was a Cameroonian company. They have the African Awards of Washington, and they will announce these awards just like, you know, us. I understand their plight, because I'm with the Slam Awards. We don't always know all the people, how to contact them. And then somebody told me like 24 hours later, oh Gila, you've been awarded as one of the best African promoters. I'm like, okay. So I went through the thing and I saw I was like a day late and some people were in the thousands. And I always say one thing, even about the Slam Awards. If you're a promoter, show yourself. You know, like this is the time you really approve it. You understand? So my competition was a radio station. The other was a billboard guy. These are big people and most of them were foreigners, few were Sierra Leoneans. So I just put the word out. I just did my promotion thing.
Okay. Via them, I know say really don't be blessed, because it's not a blessing. Because you listen and you take the good side of Sister Gile, how they push Salongo before, and you self try for do the same thing. You self go be blessed. Like I say now, they invite them another program where Sina channel go.
Right.
Yes, you don't see. Then don't try forget the big artist then and never forget them. Sister Gila, he go. Then Nigeria Maki said he blow. Because I said he talk. Sister Gila go blow. That program day. So whatever you do, do it with sincerity and trust God. Say waiting at the do. This it go benefit me. and myself go able for help others. As the program don't come to an end, Sister Gile, I go want for you give you final word to viewers there.
My final word viewers. First I bring or extends hi to my family. Dr. Solomon Scholes, where himself get the President Biden Lifetime Achievement Award this year.
Okay.
Right. And me 4 kids, right? Okay. We don't support me on this journey. I want to give you a shout out. Yes, they're my rock. And then they put up with the whole world coming into their lives and sharing their mom and wife of 21 years. Wow. I want to say thank you. But to you out there where you're afraid for start anything where you're passionate about, not afraid, put on to God. And I know say salon hard, right? Salon is really hard. But I want me to get a hustler spirit. I want to get a spirit where they say, you say, do or die here. You die here. Yeah, we did succeed now. Yeah, this earth. You understand? We're going to succeed in heaven. But on this earth, we're going to put our minds to work. And we're going to let God do the rest. Because sometimes with creativity, you push, you need them. God will bless you. But sometimes you're going to also pray for the gatekeepers and the door openers. And the blessed encounters. Very important. Those are prayers I learned from my first album. A pastor walked into the studio and that was the prayer he laid on me. Gatekeepers, door openers, destiny helpers. I pray them unto you that whatever you they find in life, make it be sent a God in purpose for you. That you go find, God will send your destiny helpers, your gatekeepers and your door openers. And go out there. And don't just be a do-gooder. Do good wisely, because you need to be strong for to help others. And at that point, because you get to a point where you help so much, you're going down, and you got for always remember say people come to you because you were who you are. So you get for maintain. When you come up, it gets harder because you get for maintain. Yes. And that's where God will send more blessings. He'll send more wisdom to make you be more professional. With that good way they do now, God they transform them for bring the one then where they show you how they maintain themselves. Wisdom. Pray for all of that. I leave that with you. God bless you. And thank you to the whole staff of Mercy TV. You guys are doing a great job with the body of Christ and spreading the word, and this is a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Fancy Plenty, thank you for what you can at the studio and can tell viewers them who that you be, and also you good work what you did do for push Salongo before. Now the map, especially in the United States of America, where you they make people know more about salon and also salon culture. God will richly bless you, and God also will continue for strengthening you for doing more, so that this week country all man will not say good thing can come out na salon. Amen. Amen. And me now na host Sia Anisakol. Stay blessed.
Welcome to Mercy TV, channel 29, the most watched and the fastest growing faith-based channel, transmitting live from our studios in Freetown, Sierra Leone, and to nations of the world. Mercy TV broadcasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with real-time live streaming. Mercy TV brings together the best in Christian television. Mercy TV covers life-transforming teachings, preachings, educational and biblical cartoons for children and young adults, inspirational movies, dramas, live news and current affairs, talk shows, breaking news with expert analysis. You can access Mercy TV channel 29 on Meadowsat, Satcon, and Facebook. Mercy TV empower people and transform lives through radio and television. For advert, airtime, orange money donation, call +232 769 78161 or WhatsApp +44 7472 379 179. Mercy TV, where everybody is somebody.